It's a warm, warm day here in Singapore, and I hope you all are doing very, very well. It is welcoming you to part two of the discussion with Mrs. Rama Khandwala, who joined the INA under Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and then moved on to Mumbai to be selected as a tourist guide by the government of India because of her proficiency in the Japanese language. She has guided royalties, ministers, VVIPs, celebrities, and of course, people like you and me from all over the world. Welcome, ma'am. It means a lot to us that you have agreed to grace this channel again and to share more stories and varied experiences that you have had as a tourist guide. Namaskar और आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
Namaskar, thank you, and Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, ma'am. So, ma'am, after your adventurous and gripping story with the INA, we are very keen to hear about your shift to become a tourist guide. How did it happen, and was it an easy move?
Yes, war was over, and we were put under house arrest. So for 6 months, we couldn't get out of the house and all. There were people who were spying and didn't allow us to go out and all. And after the war was over, and after the punishment we had, and we came to Bombay, we settled here, and then I started working as a secretary. I knew I had learned shorthand and typing. I was always learning. I was always utilizing my time. I was always, very interesting. And whatever I would do, it would be perfect. That no one should point a finger at me. So I would be very particular that I do a good job. And then I joined in the office, was working as a secretary. Mm-hmm. And that is when I read a newspaper, and I read the ad. The government of India tourist office wanted to train the guides, and if you knew a foreign language, it was to your advantage. So I said, I knew Japanese, and then I applied, and I was selected, and I joined, and it was a very rigorous training. The military training was different. It was very tough, very rigorous and all. And here also, for 3 months, we were grinding on everything, every aspect of India. Mm-hmm. The religions of India, the cuisine, the history, the transportation, the different religions, then the different, dynasties, and iconography, architecture, all that. It was a very, very thorough, very interesting and excellent training given by the tourist department. 3 months, and then only if we passed, we were taken. If we failed, we were not taken. So that was also there. So I had to study because I did not know much history about India. I was in Rangoon, and I was studying about that. So I had to learn more. But I made a great effort. I got A grade when I passed, and I was selected. And that is when I started. And the reason why I started was, it was like an unofficial ambassador of my country. I could represent my country in a different way. And that is why I joined and I continued. Actually, after coming back, I was called by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and he wanted to know everything about Netaji. He wanted to know about our training. He wanted to know about the Rani Jhansi Regiment. He wanted to know so many things. For 2 hours, I was speaking to him, and then he asked me to join. I said, no, I don't want to join politics, but I had something that I wanted to do something for the country. Then I got this opportunity. I said, this is a very good thing. I can represent my country and be an unofficial ambassador. And Fantastic. That is when I started taking the tourists. always welcomed a tourist and sent back a friend. So it
Wow.
was great. Even today, if I am called to do an assignment, I would do it, and that also very nicely. But I
Beautiful.
retired very gracefully. I was working up to 92 years old, and even today I speak Japanese very well. I can teach Japanese very, very nicely, and I'm very perfect about that. So even today I'm very active, and I like to teach Japanese so that we can have more Japanese speaking guides. And this was the greatest opportunity I had in my life, and I
Fantastic.
enjoyed it so much. It was a learning experience every day,
So
because you
what?
meet people, you know about their country also, and you are able to, they say we have a lot of poverty. I would say, what was your country 300 years ago? And I
Wow.
would, explain very nicely. And
Mm-hmm.
I would thoroughly tell them about the culture. They were always interested to know about the Indian culture, about the Indian religion, about the arranged marriages, about the families staying together, joint families. All these things were very interesting for them. And
Right.
so, I mean, yes. And I would tell them about the different languages. I would tell them that we have all the languages printed in the note, in the paper money. I said, have you seen it? I said, you spend the money so fast, you never look at it, Meko. So I tell them and I show them everything and explain to them and tell them about our culture. And it was great, and I met so many nice people,
Yeah.
wonderful people. And I also had the opportunity to visit some of them because they invited me to their homes, invited me to their country. My daughter was also in America, so I had been there many times. I've done a lot of traveling, and it has been a wonderful, wonderful experience.
That is so
So
nice.
I
So, so would you
I
say that the
enjoyed it
challenges,
thoroughly.
yeah, would
Yes.
would you say that the challenges that you were offered, in the tourism industry is what made you tick over there
Yeah,
for a longer time?
because we had to be on time. This was one profession where if the tour is starting at 9, you cannot be late.
Right.
So you have to be early, but you cannot be late. So luckily, in my 50 years of in this field as a guide, I used to be always before time.
Wow.
And the challenges were sometimes they would ask you a lot of questions. Sometimes they ask you so many different questions, which you have to be prepared to tell
Of
them
course.
and satisfies them with their questions.
Right.
And
So,
I had a lot of knowledge. I had also visited the country slowly and learned so much about their country also. So
yeah,
that made it quite interesting and easier for me to handle those tourists.
right. So,
Yes.
ma'am,
And the
can you?
other challenges were like
Mhm.
we go on the tour, there is traffic, there is something going on, there are no parking, so you don't complete the tour on time. Then
Right.
instead of the museum, they say, well, our Indian people, they are fond of visiting the temples. So instead of the museum, they say, take us to the temple, Siddhi Vinayak temple or this temple, Hare Krishna temple. And I would take them because I knew their sentiments. I knew what they wanted. See,
Sure.
and it was nice. So it was, I mean, different, but I would take them. Yes,
Right.
I said,
So,
okay,
ma'am,
come.
can you can you share with us some anecdotes of your experiences as a tourist guide? Something interesting that happened between you and the tourist. Um, anything that you remember of?
Yes, I used to do a lot of outstation tours,
Okay.
and I was with a Japanese group in Jaipur, and
Mm-hmm.
in that group they were all, and one of the tourists, it, it, it was it drank so much, he was sick. So
Oh.
in the middle of the night, by drinking too much, so middle of the night we had to call the doctor
Oh.
and get him examined. and I had to do the interpretation, get the, and then the medicines. And for that time, that nursing training came in very
Wow.
handy, and I would give the medicines in on time.
Right.
Yeah,
So, so
and
I,
so I would, for 2 days, I was giving him the medicines on time, explaining what the doctor was saying and all. And that
Mhm.
was a challenge also. So that is one of the things. And once we are traveling by bus, we were going to Bodh Gaya. And
Mhm. I seem to be losing your voice. Yes, ma'am.
so uh, then the Japanese, uh, was all right. And when this thing that was not a very, but you had to take care of them, and you are like on duty like 24 hours, And they were very happy that the tourists. And then we had this breakdown 3 times, the bus had broken down. We were on our way from Banaras to Bodh Gaya by bus. But believe me, I gave them such a good time going to the villages, telling about the village people, telling about the tabawalas, giving them the food and fruits and getting. They said that that was the most interesting tour of their lifetime.
That is so
And
nice.
when I visit them in Japan, they were so happy. They welcomed me. They gave me a great time, and I have met such nice people here, and I have had a great time.
Great.
So it
So,
has been the greatest experience in my life. Also meeting such wonderful people and all the challenges of life.
right. So, ma'am, who were the other prominent personalities that you were a tourist guide to? Because I did read that you have been with the celebrities, with the ministers, with VVIPs. Who were these people?
Yes, I had taken the minister from Assam, our
Oh, right.
Mr. This thing. That time his family had come to Bombay, and I
Okay.
was with him for 3 days, and they were very happy. They invited me to Assam also. I had also taken the king of Bhutan. He was very young, but he asked quite a lot of questions, and he wanted to know what the government was doing about poverty, what the government was doing about education. And I had taken him into Elephanta. Then I had also the opportunity of taking the ambassador of China. He
Oh,
was here for
right.
5 days, and we had to take him to all the industries. We went to the Tata factory, and we went to different things. That is where I met the artist, Hussein, and he went to his house, and it was, and also Sanjay Dutt was there at that time, and
Oh,
he invited us for lunch, and we went to Juhu, we went to his office, and we had meetings with so many interesting people, and it was great fun. We were paid to go and see the film stars.
oh,
Some people wanted to do shooting. At that time, Swami Muktanand was alive,
I
and
see.
he had an interview also. So we
Okay.
had to go to meet him in Juhu, some place in some house in Juhu. So that time he was alive.
So,
At Ganeshpuri in Bombay, we have a very big ashram. And even today, a lot of followers are there. And it was a pleasure meeting Swami Muktanand also. So
sure.
such wonderful people, different things. And
Yeah.
I would always say yes. That was one thing. Whenever an assignment was there, Rama, you will go, it would never be no. It would be yes, whatever
Fantastic.
it is.
Super.
Because
Wow.
I enjoyed my work and I thought that I'm trained for it. So I should
Right.
do something. So this is one thing which
Sure.
also gave me the award.
Sure.
And
And
also,
to my
yeah,
viewers, a film named Elephants Do Remember has been made on Mrs. Rama by the Government of India Tourist Office in 2018. Ma'am, could you tell us a little bit about the movie that has been made for you?
yes, like we have different tours, you know.
Yep.
We have Elephanta, we have Canary Caves here.
Mm-hmm.
And once we went to Canary Caves, and I did explain everything, but they wanted more time.
Okay.
I right on the top and showed them all the monasteries because they were interested. And I showed them all the caves, showed them all the paintings. That group was very, very happy. It took me more time, yes, but I did not care for it. And I took it as a pleasure. I took it as a duty. I took it as a great thing to show my country. So
Wow.
it was different. My approach, my thinking is always different. Yes, like before I retired, there was a couple from the suburbs, you know, afternoon tour, and we finished the tour in the evening. And 10 more minutes were there.
Okay.
And the Marine Drive, you know, we have this Queen's necklace.
Yes.
I said, well, if you are not in a hurry, I would like to show you, because this is, when you go to the suburbs, you will not come back. So I stopped the car, gave them time, they walked on the Marine Drive, they took
Lovely.
pictures of and it was an experience for them, you know, of a lifetime. Even today, they called me up and they said that we were very lucky to have you. So they were so happy that this was a little bit thing to make them happy. Little time, little extra, does not matter. As long as you have achieved your goal, that they go back very happy.
Right.
This is my thinking.
Sure.
So this is why I am so different in many ways.
Right. So, Mrs. Khandwala, you have published a book titled Jai Hind. Please tell us about how the book writing concept emerged, and how long did it take you to write it, and at what age did you decide to embark on this idea?
About what?
About the book that you published, Jai Hind.
Yes, that it is very interesting to. You know that since 1992, I had an eye operation. I'm only having one eye. I'm blind. I'm 50%. Even then, I wrote the book.
Wow.
And that is not many people know about it. But I wanted to know that book is more about Indian National Army, my training, the spirit that Netaji instilled in us, the encouragement, the josh that I have today, my thinking, everything I owe to Netaji. So I have written that book. It's a very interesting book. Not many people know that Netaji was married.
And oh, really?
Yes, his love letters are published in there. Also, he wrote very nice love letters to his. She was the secretary. She was Austrian, and Netaji has a daughter called Anita. She is in Germany now, and she has come to India many times. Before Netaji went to Japan by the submarine, he wrote a letter to his brother that I want to know. I want you to tell you that I am married, and the love that you have given me, same love should be given to my wife. So, but unfortunately, she passed away. She could not come to India, and she had, to take care of her mother. But the daughter has come many times, and I have met the daughter also, and it was a great experience. Yes, and the family is in touch with the daughter, and everything is now, very. So these things are some of the things which people don't know. I've also been. So it's become a very interesting, not a very thick book, but nice, very interesting, to the point, and everyone enjoyed it.
Right.
So that is the book.
To my viewers, please note the book is titled Jai Hind, written by Rama Khandwala. You can find it on Amazon.com as well. And she has a lot that she shares over there about her experiences with the INA and about Netaji. So please do hurry up and get your copies. Grab it. Yes. Ma'am, you retired at the age of 92. Why? I mean, who works till the age of 92? And then, if you did, why did you stop working?
No, I retired gracefully, and give time and opportunity to the young people.
Beautiful.
And I said, now I should gracefully retire. Even now I get calls. They say, "Oh, tell me which guide is like you." I said, you find out. I am not, they want me to go now also, but I don't go.
Outstanding
And
is
I
that.
do other things. I read a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I spend my time. I don't sleep in the afternoon, never.
Oh,
I have lot of things to do. I find 24 hours is less. There's so many things to do,
wow.
and
Wow.
my time is. I have no problem about. I don't go to visit people. I don't go to visit the neighbors. I don't need all that. I don't need any company. I read a lot, and I watch TV, but I watch the travel magazine. I like that because they take you to all the different countries. They show you
Sure.
the culture. They show you the architecture. I like that very much. So I watch that, and I watch some news. But I don't watch the TV. And I have so much to do. I don't know. I find the time is less. I don't sleep in the afternoon. Never. I don't even lie down. Even now. Yes, I'm very active, and I have always things to do. I don't
May you
know,
always
but
be.
I'm always busy. Yes,
Great.
and
Great.
I, yeah, I have, I mean, interested in everything. And since
Wonderful.
I live alone, yeah, I have
So,
to take care of my finances. So I'm interested in the stock exchange. I'm interested in everything. And I have a very fruitful life. Thank God for every day for keeping me. My memory is very good even today. I walk around, I'm able to take, and I'm grateful to God for giving me such good health, mentally and physically. Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. So, Mrs. Rama Khandwala leaves us with a message saying that, aage badho, like Netaji said, aage badhte raho.
Yes.
Don't let anything come
आगे
in your
बढ़ते रहो.
way. Believe in yourself and try to do as much as you can for your nation. Take that step ahead. Every little drop counts, right? And Mrs. Khandwala, what would be your last, message to my audience?
My message to everyone is not to have negative thoughts. Be more than 100% positive and on the go and think of nice things. When God has created this wonderful world, see the world, enjoy it, and don't have negative thoughts. Enjoy what you have and don't feel jealous about others. And people don't even enjoy what they have. So be this thing and very positive and aage badho. But I'm telling them also, aage badho. Have positive thing. Don't get angry. Don't lose your temper. It's not worth it. Just be very amicable, happy. You change the environment. You change the families. Everything is okay then. But it is your mind, your soul. You need to change your soul. Yes. Need to,
Right.
everyone needs to change. And once you change that, and once you are on the right track, and you are always happy, contented, and enthusiastic. That is what it is. So my message is that people should lead very good life and live with the family. It's your mind. No, nothing is there. So you might change your thought, and that will be okay. Mind, your thinking, you need to change. That's
Right.
it.
थैंक यू सो वेरी मच. बहुत बहुत खूबसूरत मैसेज आप हमें बांट कर जा रही हैं. एंड टू माय ऑडियंस, what I have taken away is that a person who reads is never lonely. She has basically guided us to read, to expand our knowledge, to learn more about different cultures, religion, and many much more. Um, We have a beautiful life that God has given us, so might as well make the most of it. Live it beautifully, live it happily, throw that anger away. Easier said than done, but still try, isn't it? I'm going to try my best to do it. Ma'am, thank you very, very much. बहुत shukriya aapka. Namaskar, ma'am. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Jai Hind.
And guys, the book is Jai Hind. Go grab your copy. Jai Hind, ma'am.
Yeah, I want everyone to read that book and get some inspiration and know more about Netaji.
Bilkul.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.